Hey everyone, that is Got a Race here. I've been looking for a while for a solution to, I started my career in sim racing on PlayStation, playing Gran Turismo for most of my life. And as you can see here, now I have a high-end PC with, my Simagic wheels and all the, top of the shelf stuff that you can find for sim racing these days for an affordable price. And the only disadvantage of a system like this that I had in the past was I couldn't use these on my PlayStation. So I still have to keep my old Fanatec wheels and all that stuff, to work on my PC. And that's not much of a big problem, but when you start to drive uh, on a direct drive wheel, and especially when you start to compete more seriously, transitioning between two different equipments, and the pedal feel, the wheel, everything, that requires you to relearn every time you do the transition. So I couldn't keep doing that switch. That was really affecting my consistency in driving. But now I apparently found a solution here, and I'll be showing to you guys today. It's this a device from Sigma. They built this device so you can connect any wheels here on the USB ports, wheels, pedals, and then you hook this up to your PlayStation or even Nintendo Switch. Okay, so uh, with this device, any high-end wheel can be now translated to the PlayStation bus port, and with that, you can use your high-end wheels on a PlayStation console. So today I'll show to you a little bit how the Simagic wheels will work and pedals work on Gran Turismo 7 on PlayStation 5. So when you hook the device to your PlayStation, you can see the settings for the wheel force, angle, and several other parameters that I'll explain in more detail later. But all the settings you have for your Simagic wheel, or most of the settings you have on your Simagic wheel, are available to be adjusted here. So things that you would go on the PC and adjust on Sim Manager Pro, here you can do some of those settings are available to adjust here. The settings that are not available here is simply because on games like Gran Turismo and stuff like that, they don't have the signals that will allow you to use the other settings anyway. But all the settings for from the game that are available, they will be available for you to adjust here. So the suspension movements, interpolation levels, even mechanical spring, things that you don't have in other lower end wheels designed for PlayStation. But now I can use these settings for my high-end wheels in the console. So as you can see here, I am on my system, but what I did, I hooked up my PlayStation to my PC monitor here, and all I need to do is to connect the USB cable from my Simagic wheel to the Sigma device that is back there with my PC, and then hooked up the device to my PlayStation. So I'm not using the PC at all. I don't need the PC to send data, anything. Is a direct connection between the wheel and the Simagic pedals to the Sigma device, and from the device it goes directly into PlayStation 5. In the manual, you will see that they show for the several Simagic wheel models, which button translates to what on the DualShock controller on PlayStation. For example, the PS button on the GTS wheel will be this main button here in the middle. This one is the circle, this one is the X. You know, of course you have the pedal shifters. All the commands are available, including the rotary encoders. They work as well. So let's see how that works in the game. So this is the X button. This is the circle. I think the square is over here, and I have to check the manual. But pretty much the way I configure them, it's the way I use, you know, my other wheel on PlayStation. So I set encoders, like if you have a G29 or a Fanatec, you know, you can set the encoders, the rotary encoders or the plus and minus buttons through these rotary encoders here. So it's easy to make in-car adjustments like you can do in those wheels as well. So let's just jump in and you can see the navigation is easy. You can use the funky switches to navigate menus, pretty much like you would use on your you know, G29 or Fanatec wheels or your DualShock controller. So especially if you are like me, you have a PC and a PlayStation and you want to play both with your Simagic wheels, now you can. What I did, I put a USB splitter connecting both my PlayStation and my PC through that splitter to the Simagic wheel. So all I need to do is to flip a switch to switch between the PC or the PlayStation 5 when I want to play. So here I am on the PlayStation playing GT7, as you can see, and it's noticeable how much more detail, you know, these wheels can translate in comparison to the low-end wheels. But in the past you couldn't use it on your PlayStation because they simply, you know, are not compatible. But with this device from Sigma, you know, it translates really well the information that is coming from the console games. Keep in mind that the console games have limited, you know, telemetry data available in comparison to PC games. Even if you take the same games like Assetto Corsa Competizione on PC and on the console, they, you know, they limit a little bit what they have on the console simply because, you know, the console might not even be able to handle all that CPU power required to run those more advanced physics model, or for whatever other reason, you know, they limited the games in the console. But if GT7 is a game that they added a lot of stuff, you know, especially on PlayStation 5, so the new physics model is really good, and you feel, you know, all the road bumps, you feel the tire slippage. You can see like as I transition into the turn, the wheel, you know, shaking. You might even be able to hear my whole rig vibrating, you know, from tire slippage. I'm using hard tires here in Nürburgring in the morning with, you know, a cold track. So you will feel all of these in the wheel a lot more. But to give an example, if I get, you know, a curb here, you know, if I'm on PC, I would feel this curb a lot more. In Assetto Corsa, for example, here you wouldn't feel as much, but still would feel a little bit better than what I feel on my other, you know, Fanatec wheels, simply because they are not direct drive, you know, and I could buy a direct drive wheel from Fanatec for my PlayStation, but, you know, since I already have this for my PC, why invest a lot of more money on a Fanatec wheel just for the console that I barely play these days? But I still enjoy playing Gran Turismo 7 with my friends, or I still participate in some Gran Turismo 7 leagues. But I had to keep transitioning, like I said before, between the Fanatec CSL wheel to the Simagic when I'm on PC, and that was really, you know, harming my driving technique because I have to relearn the pedals, everything. Now I can still use my hydraulic pedals on GT7, which would make me go even better, you know, here, because with the hydraulic brakes I can control trail braking and stuff like that a lot better. And in terms of level of detail, you can see my reaction and how much I'm having to fight. Oops, have to fight the wheel. You can see how that translates into all the movements. When I go into the gas, you feel that little kick and the vibration. I might even have to dial down my force feedback settings here a little bit. I was just pushing the limits here for you guys to be able to see more, but I probably wouldn't play like this for an extended period of time. Things like grip, when the tires break the grip, so you are braking and turning, you know, you can see the wheel, you're losing the grip, you feel the rear, losing the front, and the car is understeering or oversteering. You feel it a lot more. That will help you to, you know, feel that when the car is starting to lose the car, and you are able to correct that faster and avoiding, you know, an incident, something like that. So that's it. It's a pretty good, you know, piece of equipment that you Simagic owners can buy to be able to use your Simagic equipment on a console. Could be PlayStation, Xbox. I think I read somewhere it could work even on a Nintendo Switch. So if you want to use your Simagic to play Mario Kart, that would be an interesting experience. And you know, the signal translation, all the things that if you are used to have a Simagic on a PC, you will still feel a lot of those things, everything that is available on the console simulator, you know, or how that translates to the wheel movement. So it's pretty awesome, you know, the sensations. This turn here is a high speed turn. I can feel the grip, you know, the front tires, you know, and translating to the wheel a lot well. The road here, the seams, high speed, you can see, you know, none of these vibrations would be happening on my other, you know, Fanatec or Logitech wheels. And if you are, you know, still on a console and always thought like, you know, should I, you know, start investing more in racing equipment? Can I buy a high-end wheel, you know, that is not Fanatec? You know, yes, now you have options. You know, with this adapter, you can buy, you know, wheels that have a better cost-benefit ratio, and still be able to use them on your console. So I hope that helped. If you want more information, just, you know, follow my channel, ask questions. There's also a Simagic community on Facebook, Simagic owners. So if you want to learn more about Simagic wheels, that's the place to go. Alright, hope to see you in my next video, and have a good day.